All right, let's try that. I hope it works this time because I'm really aggravated and I don't want to do this again. I've already made this video before, and here I am making it again, and I still don't want to do it. Alright, very unenthusiastic welcome, folks. Flipknot here. And it's cold in Florida. Commence, it's not cold in Florida. You don't know what cold is. Comments because, you know, I didn't live in Chicago and deal with negative 14-degree weather or anything like that. Kind of funny. It gets just as cold here sometimes as it does in most cities that snow. It just doesn't snow here. So let's have that conversation. Never. So it's been a minute, and I feel like a few of you have noticed that I haven't been around in a while. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because everything has been going wrong. Let's just go ahead and call it that way. Let's just say that. There's just been a lot of unpleasant times. Oh God. So let's pretend like I'm actually focused. So the big thing is, and I think a lot of you have gathered by now, is that Deal's passed away, and that just hasn't been easy on me, as I'm sure a lot of you would guess it wouldn't be. It happened right at the beginning of the year. Literally the next day I got COVID, or I tested positive for COVID, and then I laid in bed for about I don't remember if it was like 10 or 12 days. Between those 10 or 12 days, I'm pretty sure I consumed probably about all of 500 calories through that week, and just through it all just messed up a lot of the way my body works and stuff. My sleep schedule is just absolutely broken. You know, you sleep for 12 days and then you just can't sleep anymore, and then you only go to sleep when you're absolutely exhausted, which for me is usually around 9 a.m. And I think that half of the reason why my sleep schedule is so screwy right now, I think it has to do with the fact that I had to wake up every day at 7 a.m. to go give Deedles her medication, and so it kind of like got me going, and it like there was no way around it. She needed her medicine, and every day, and I had like 7 alarms set for the day because she needed medicine every few hours for this or that or the other. And I don't like talking about this clearly. So I think that there's like a weird thing in my brain where it's like, I don't want to wake up early right now because it reminds me of having to wake up to, you know, give her medicine or whatever. I don't really know how to dive into the psychology of it right now. I'm gonna make its own video. I'm gonna make a completely separate video on, you know, Deedles and our adventures together and stuff like that. And, you know, eventually why we had to say goodbye and what happened and dealing with that. You fuck. And another thing is that I have a backlog of like videos from when me and Weems went to Born Free in California, and then there's the video from when we went to Cleveland to go to Fuel, and I just don't want to make those videos because the California trip ends with Deedles almost dying and me having to fly back to Florida. And the Cleveland trip ends with Deedles getting an eye infection, almost losing her eye, us having to cut the trip short yet again to get back to Florida, and then like that's where like everything just kind of spiraled out of control for me. It didn't spiral out of control. It just kind of like that's when everything got very limited, and that I had to give her eye drops every 4 hours. I couldn't go out. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't put the burden of having to deal with her and her medicine on other people. So I couldn't have anybody watch her so I could go do things. I just didn't leave the house. And I realized that there wasn't much time left. and there was no way I wasn't gonna spend it with her. I did absolutely everything I could to spend as much time, and had to mentally remind myself constantly to mentally be there. Like, just be present as much as possible. Like, there'd be moments where I'd be playing, like, I'd start playing video games because, like, she'd be asleep or whatever, and then she'd get up and she'd, like, look at me, and, like, I would get frustrated because she wanted something, or she, whatever, and I just wanted to play video games. But, like, again, I had to remind myself that I'm playing video games waiting for her to get up, not because I have to watch her. So I had to keep reminding myself, be here, be with her. And stuff like that. I mean, like, I didn't leave the house for almost 3 months for anything other than going to the vet or gonna go pick up her medication. And, like, I haven't spoken to Jared since November, and it's January. It's end of January. I'm actually gonna go meet him right now to try to, like, catch up and, you know, like, I mean, I can admit it, I wasn't the absolutely nicest person to him, and it wasn't personal. It was just kind of like, I have to deal with this. I can't deal with anything else. There's no other else. And now that she's gone, I can't not be home. I can't be home. I can't do it anymore. And I have to be out of the house. I have to try to keep myself as busy as possible. I got to do this again, and this is more, to a certain degree, more therapy for me, to not sit and just focus on the lack of Beatles. Like, I've been having meetings with people that I've been talking to over the last year over certain projects and ideas and possible sponsorships and trips and whatever that, you know, I couldn't do anything about while she was sick. And now I have a chance to get back to it, and luckily they were all completely understanding of everything that happened, and they, you know, I play the sympathy card for as much as I freaking could, because it's the truth. But in the same respect, like, I need to get back to it. And, you know, there's things that me and Jared had planned for the year, which is also why I'm kind of trying to go meet up with him. And see where we're at on those things. It's been a difficult year. And, like, I'm not gonna make YouTube videos when I just feel like the world is just crumbling around me. It's difficult to be enthusiastic or care about anything. Like, hi guys, look at the new, you know, the new Harley Davidson. Who cares? Like, I don't care right now. Like, this is not what matters to me right now. What matters to me right now is giving my best friend the best last days of her life. So to be able to sit down and be like, oh, let's go hang out with people and have beverages, and it didn't matter. All right, I'm gonna go meet with Jared. I don't know how to do this anymore. Well, just got done having lunch with Jared. He had to go back home and get back to his boring free bike, and I just feel like I need to go back home. Being out of the house without purpose just doesn't feel comfortable right now. Like, oh, just go for a ride. Nope, not doing that. yeah, I really just don't know anymore. I've said it before, like I don't want to be the party pooper on freaking YouTube the entire time, and like there's been some good things happening, like, but there's also the fact that through the good things happening, a lot of bad things happen. So I don't trust good things when they so I don't trust good things when they start happening. Like after I got done with COVID, I didn't want to leave. I was having like, I forgot what that's called, I'll put it, whatever, where like you don't leave the house because you're scared of the world. That started happening because, again, every time I left my house there's something bad that happened. Anytime I try to do anything for me, something bad would happen. It was just a constant of bad things. Deedles would get sick, Deedles would get a freaking eye infection, and you know, its motorcycle wouldn't work, something would break, some argument with a friend, and just decided it was just good not to go outside anymore. Yeah, man, I mean, shit, everything's changed drastically just from a couple weeks ago. I feel like I need to end this video because it's just there's nothing exciting about what's going on right now. I just feel like I need to explain myself to certain people, and I appreciate the people that are being understanding, like my Patreon people. Like, they're just being so cool. Guys, I really don't know how to thank you. You guys have helped me get through all this, like, financially, and like, you know, like weeks of me not saying anything. And I mean, I told them about Deedles, we talked about it, like, you know, like I talked to them, and like they're all incredibly supportive. That's all there is to it. And I feel incredibly bad that I'm not giving them anything back, and I try to do my best about doing that. And even during Hanukkah, I tried to put a couple things aside for them, and that became more difficult because declining health and just trying to get the videos done and not being able to plan that out very well. There's some real rad dudes in that Patreon of mine, and I wish I could give back more, and hopefully I can, and I'm gonna do my best. And all I can say is thank you guys. I think I'm gonna leave on one more negative note before I call it a day on this video. If you see me, do me a huge favor and don't bring it up. Just don't tell me. I'm clearly not. I'm very clearly trying not to think about it. Especially if you see me at a bar with a drink in my hand. Don't bring it up. I don't want to talk about it. If I wanted to talk about it, I'd be at home laying in bed crying my eyes out. I want to pretend like I am a normal person trying to live a normal life, and that my best friend isn't gone. So it's not that I don't appreciate the sentiment. It's not that I don't, you know, I understand that you're trying to be compassionate, and again, just like I need you to see it from my point of view as well, where it's like, hey Flip, your dog's dead. You know, like, it's the first words out of your mouth. You know, there's a million other things to talk to me about. Like the most perfect Buccaneers game where they lose in the literal last second. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Let's talk about that. It's hilarious. It's the most Buccaneers move the Buccaneers have ever buccaneered. Don't come up to me and be like, hey, your dog's dead. Just don't. Like, I'm just gonna stare at you with a blank face, either until you walk away or I walk away. And in no way is that meant to be me being rude or a jerk, because to me it feels like you're being rude. And I don't mind meeting people. I enjoy meeting people. Hell, if you see me behind the bar at the Dirty Shame, which has been happening more and more, I love even more meeting people, because that is where you see the elusive Flip in his natural habitat, where he has a personality, which is behind the bar. I understand you're trying to be compassionate and kind. Well, anger, sadness, I think you get the point. I'm gonna go edit this video and try to see if I can have it out in a day or two. See if I still do this. If I still know how to do this. Hell, I bought myself a new freaking laptop for Christmas, which is supposed to be one of the best laptops that ever laptopped. And it's costing me an arm and a leg, and I haven't used it. It's driving me crazy. The most Flip thing that ever happened to Flip, and he's flipping out about it. Alright guys, I really don't want to go through the cheeky stuff, so catch you all later.